Dennis and John. Good morning. Good morning to
Morning.
you guys. Good morning.
Good
And
morning,
good
Anton.
morning to everybody watching on the live stream and watching on the replay. We're streaming live in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Twitch. So we're really excited to know the concept of the Mapua Malayan Digital First College. And they're launching this for this March. It's a really good alternative for those people who are interested for, new concepts in college. And I know the pandemic disrupted this whole industry as well. And we'll be talking to the these guys, Derrick, Kitz, Dennis, and John. So please join us as we talk to them. If you have any questions for parents out there, if you have questions, please join us. Put it in the comment section below. My name is Anton Diaz, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're awesome live with Mapua Malayan Digital College. Can you do a short introduction? All right. So I'm so excited to have a discussion with you after reading, this whole new concept. So we'll kick off with an introduction, starting with Derrick.
Sure. Hi. Awesome to meet you, Anton. Um, my background's been in learning for 25 years, about 15 years in corporate learning and development. Then in the last 10 years, working in education directly. Started Ayala, founded Ayala Education with the Ayala Group about 10 years ago. We've started some schools in the Philippines. We've helped some colleges out, and now we're building this new one, and we're excited to talk about it today. Let's go to John next, if it's okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us here, Anton. Yeah, I came from the academe and then went to industry. Been with the industry for both the academe and the ITO industry for over 30 years, Anton. So it's been a cycle for me. So academe, industry, and now going back to the academe. So I'm excited to bring technologies to our offerings. So that's quite a good thing for me. Yeah, Dennis, maybe?
Yeah, thanks, Anton, for having us. I've been part of the academe for almost 30 years now. Been part of Mapua system. I actually studied Mapua, did my master's Mapua, and joined Mapua. And after serving Mapua for quite some time, I also was assigned to start Malayan Colleges Laguna in Cabuyao. And now we're venturing this new project. So, like you, I'm also on ECE.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay. It's
Thanks, Dennis. Hi, Anton. Thanks for having us here. Well, I'm Kitz Teodoro. My background is really on operations and performance centers. So it's my first time to join the education industry, and I'm very glad to be in a dynamic group with Mapua Malayan Digital College. So with Mapua Malayan Digital College, I handle the student services. So nice to meet you, Anton, and
All right.
everyone.
So, ano ba to? What is the digital college? Maybe Derek, can you, what is it about? What is it about being a digital first college, and how did you conceptualize this coming out of the pandemic?
Good, great question. So what we did is we did what's called a jobs to be done interview process with
Okay.
dozens of students and some parents too. And we identified, it comes from Clay Christensen, Harvard, this stuff, but we did this interview process and we identified what it was that parents and students are looking to accomplish when they go to school, which sounds overly simplistic. Of course, they're looking to accomplish a degree, right? But what's the decision-making criteria between one school and another? They both offer degrees, so why would you choose one over the other? We looked at these core decision-making reasons, right? And then we said, what do our schools have the capability to address? What can we do better in the market? What we found is that there's a big part of the market that's asking the question, How do I get into a better brand that's more affordable near me? And that's why we created the Mapua Malayan Digital College, because it is taking our brand heritage from Mapua, it's making it more affordable, it's bringing it near you through the student centers, which I'm sure we'll talk about, and it's bringing it down to a price point where a lot more people can get involved.
Okay, now I have a question to that, Derek, because especially in the IT field, if you go look at the other colleges like computer science courses, most are outdated because the technologies are fast, and then you have now Google offering their own university, and people can go just to Google, to like learn certified courses. What's the difference with going with Mapua Malayan? And
Right.
how are you changing this game?
Excellent question. It's a perfect question. If we can't answer that, then we don't deserve to be in the business. So what we've done is we've said, okay, we understand that in the rearview mirror, knowledge mattered. Forward looking, what matters is, are you competent? What can you do? Once I was in the Philippines, and one of the a president of a school asked me to interview his valedictorian, who's a BSIT graduate. And he said, help him get a job, see if you can interview him and help him get a job. And sadly, I interviewed this young fella, great, bright kid, but he couldn't code. And it was going to be really complicated to get him a job that he wanted. So that's what we have to rectify. We have to make sure that they're coming out competent. So that's one of the we've built the MMDC with a couple of different unique aspects. One of them is that all your classes are projects, problems, and cases. There's no lectures. There's literally no lectures. What you will be able to do is access all the information you want on demand, which is the real world, right? I mean, the internet, and we have digital libraries, we have professorial explanations, we have all kinds of, and we have guides and everything that you can pull on demand, all the information you want. So then what does the professor do if they're not lecturing? Well, they're able to do more. They're able to be a coach. They're able to be a facilitator, a guide through that experience, that project, problem, or case. And in so doing, we take in the first year, second year, third year, these incrementally more complex projects, problems, and cases, and we build and we develop your problem-solving capabilities, your reasoning capabilities, your decision-making capabilities, the kind of things. These are the underlying competencies, even beneath skill, that companies really look for and go, we need people who can think better, and think through IT problems better. In your first term with us, we're gonna get you into a coding class, right? And it just continues there on out. We don't stop. As an example with BSIT, but the same happens with BSBA marketing and all our other courses. It's learning by doing. And guess what? In that situation, we don't even have to give tests because you're producing things. We evaluate what you produce. So that's another cool aspect to it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask how much would it be, but we'll talk first whether how is this CHED accredited? This type of thing, and when you were talking about real life, real world problems and solutions. Do you have like corporate partnerships to make sure that the kids would get into jobs afterwards? Who
Sure.
can answer?
Dennis is probably the best person to answer on the CHED part.
Yeah. Let me answer that question, Anton. The quick answer to that question is yes. We were part of Malayan Colleges Laguna. The diploma that they'll be receiving will be from this autonomous institution called MCL. And we're one of the units under MCL. There are 5 colleges, and we're the added college, the newest college of Malayan
Okay.
Colleges Laguna. So we're autonomous, and we offer these programs even in the blended mode, IT and BSBA. So yes, to answer your question. And the other aspect of it is partnership. Yes, it's very crucial. It's important that we have partnership from the very beginning, because this is really problems, projects, and cases. And we consult the technical experts in the field day one, And once we do that, then we bake that in our courses from start to finish. So it's important that we are kind of grounded. Mapua has always been a leader in outcomes-based education since 2003 and onwards. We have learned a lot of things about outcomes-based, and this time we're even, streaming it and making sure that we have all the elements baked in our new college. Derek mentioned about not focusing so much on the knowledge, though that's important. We're not saying that's not, but we are focusing more on the skills, and we will be providing them all the contents necessary for their own consumption. But ultimately, what we'll be measuring would be what they'll be able to demonstrate at the end of the program.
Okay, that's good. Next question would be, how would one of the pain points during this pandemic was the schools are not ready with all the digital tools, enrolling to, delivering. How are you guys doing it differently for Mapua Malayan Digital College?
Yeah, I'll take that,
Okay.
Anton. Yeah, I mean, what's important is the heritage of the brand that we're putting forward. No? So it's a cumulative sort of experiences that we had already, and that helped us in putting together our technology solutions, right? So we had problems, we had experience, and we had knowledge on the issues that students were experiencing. So we identified learning management systems, for example, that will be able to provide asynchronous. We need to say,
What do you guys use? What do you guys use?
it's Camu that we're using.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's one. That's one for our asynchronous method and asynchronous delivery, and then we have another one for our synchronous delivery. No, so and that is Engagely. That one is well, this sort of dual offering for asynchronous and synchronous is a unique solution, right? And this is not like going into Zoom or going into StreamYard. In Zoom, you've got that breakout rooms as well, right? But this one
Yes.
is different. It has certain features wherein, the teacher can actually, yeah, do the breakout rooms, but at the same time, be able to hear out what's happening in the different breakout rooms without even going to it. Like, so he's going to
Mm,
have a console wherein he's going to see, are there any interactions happening in those breakout rooms? And if they're not, because they're not talking to each other, then he can join in. Or yeah, there's so much activities going on, but we don't know, right? They might just be chatting inside there. Are they aligned with what the topic is? So he can listen in as well. And if he finds out, I mean, he's gonna join in. So just a few of our technologies, but I think the bigger point, Anton, is that we want the experience to be streamlined. We want the experience to be great for our students. No? So we have a CRM, customer relationship management system as well, that will
mm.
enable us to respond very quickly to queries of students, no? Or
What
applicants.
do you guys use? Oracle or
It's
Secret?
Salesforce.
Salesforce. Okay. Here. So,
Yeah.
what you're telling me is pretty much is that 100% digital touch point with the university, from enrollment to everything, from the grades, except for the learning center. We'll talk about that. But at least everything is online, or
That's right.
or via an app, or how does it work?
All right.
What's the student interface? How would people see it?
So we look at it as a digital first solution. So interactions will be from mobile devices, desktops, laptops. Yeah, so all digital. And then, of course, we also want the social interaction. So we have those learning hubs.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about the social aspect, no. I'm also curious because throughout the pandemic, 100% digital. The social aspect is the ones that neglected naman, no. And how are you guys addressing this with the digital college? Is there a student council how's the sports program? Are there people, where can people meet? So maybe Kitz, can you
Yeah.
answer?
Yep, thanks for the question, Anton. So, yeah, that is actually a challenge right now. But with MMDC, we do have a lot of activities that are scheduled for the students. So, first, we have the student orientation. We also have webinar sessions. We also have events that would really allow the students to showcase their talents. Also, some getting to know sessions, and of course the club drive. So your question on the organization, it's really more of making sure that the students area of interest is targeted in such a way that they get to connect with like-minded individuals, and we will guide the students on how they can create their own club and understand the purpose of their club, and also guide them on what activities are they supposed to have throughout the journey, and make sure that the clubs will be sustained even for many years. So various clubs such as music, arts, sports, but at the end of the day, it could be outside of those, like for example, anime or online
Mhm.
gaming clubs. We really have to make sure that even those interests that are outside the typical hobbies, we also guide the students and make sure that they can also express themselves. We encourage them to get connected with other students. And then at the Learning Hub, well, I'm good because I get to do the fun stuff. So at the Learning Hubs, we wanted to make it very exciting for the students.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just go ahead. And this is
Yeah.
the learning hub now.
Yep, that's right.
Maybe Kitz, can you talk about it? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, there's a, well, earlier you saw a sort of a business center in there. We've got an Instagrammable wall, Anton, because that's in thing now. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna look at the different tables, they're in a modular type, so the students can move them around in a way that we want to group together students and give them that flexibility. There are meeting rooms as well, wherein the students can go on, one-on-one with a teacher. They can have there's a conference room in there as well, wherein for group meetings they can talk about their projects, problems, and cases.
Yes.
If you notice also, we designed it in a way that it has a campus atmosphere. Maybe you saw the bleachers
Mhm.
in there. We wanted to give it a campus feel. Huh?
Yeah.
And yeah, so those are some of the elements.
So,
And not just
Kitz,
that, not just that, John. Actually, we wanted it to be very interactive. So we wanted to create some mystery game events and board
mm,
games for the students. So not just on the academic side for working together, but also creative events and activities that the students can really have fun inside the learning hubs.
okay, now question, Kitz. So because their certificate is Mapua Malayan Laguna colleges, right? So it will be a separate organization, meaning separate from the student groups from the mother
Yes.
university.
Correct. So we will be treating them separately in terms of activities because their learning is also different. They learn by doing, and that's what we support. So different activities also for MMDC students.
Okay, and what's the program, Derrick? The BS. What will be available this coming March? Or yeah, this details.
Business programs, IT programs in business. It's marketing, HR, and operations management. And in BSIT, it's network and cybersecurity, software development, and I'm blanking out.
Data
Sorry.
analytics. Data
Thank you.
analytics.
And those are the major skills that the industry needs.
Yeah. Well, this is 33% of all students are enrolled in these two areas, business and IT. And where we're focusing in terms of the competency development, in both in business and in IT is around the areas that are, for example, data analytics. It's in high demand, but how do you get there? It's baked into our data analytics courses our program is a major in that, but you're going to run into data analytics, the basics of data analytics, even in marketing management, these kinds of things. Because to complete the projects, problems, and cases, there's a lot of rigorous work that industry wants to see. So yeah, what we've done, and being part of the Uchenko companies, having an affiliation with Ayala, we're able to go talk to a lot of these companies, pull in their demands, figure out what they're looking for. Not only that, when you finish in your last term, we don't just help you write a CV and kiss you goodbye.
Mhm.
We send you to our partner employers to interview. We then get feedback from them. We call them and say, how was Anton? And they give us feedback. And then we're able to talk to Anton and say, okay, in your interview, you've got to approach it this way. So you're getting direct feedback because we have so many affiliate companies that can interview our students and look to employ them, give them OJT opportunities, all those kinds of things.
Okay, let's go to the practical question. How long is the program? Is TriSem? How much is it?
Yeah. All the programs are just under 4 years, 3 years, 1 term, 3 years and 2 terms, just under 4 years. So you can get through the programs relatively quickly. For a full year, it's going to be, we've discounted it now with a Pioneer Scholarship. So if you jump in and get in there, the first 750 people are going to get in at 60,000 pesos. Or even less, depending on whether you avail of the laptop Chromebook.
Okay. Can you talk about that laptop promo? So you provide laptop, or how does it work?
We can. If you don't have a device that's ready for the learning experience, what'll happen is Kitz's group will talk to you when you start with us and find out what kind of device you do have. If you've got a sufficient device for the work, great. If you need, we'll help you get that. A Chromebook's a really useful device that we use with BSBA students because it sips internet. It doesn't guzzle it. Not like PCs and MacBooks, they kind of guzzle internet, and Chromebooks sip it. So it helps with that. With our BSIT students, they're going to need PCs because of the complex backend environments they got to get into. But we can help either one. If you don't have the device you need to work with to do our schooling, we'll help you acquire that, so you don't have to pay that all up front. You can pay that over time.
Yeah, including the internet, or
Wi-Fi is included for everybody, so that's just part of your normal fees. Unlimited access to all our learning platforms. There's going to be a few dozen gigabytes of access to YouTube, so you won't be able to watch that endlessly. But in terms of accessing learning platforms, yep, unlimited.
okay. Now, next question. Who's the ideal market for this type of market? I know a lot of people have used, or a lot of students are used now to online. But who are the ideal people for this type of curriculum?
Yeah. So I'm going to answer that in a kind of a roundabout way if I can, Anton. I want to explain the experience a little bit, and then that I think leads into who this idea is ideal for. It's not online classes. I want to be clear about this. You're not going to jump online and sit in there and listen to a professor. We have synchronous meetings with your professor. But what John was describing with Engagely, for example, is in those, it's a meeting with your coach. Your coach is coaching you through a project, problem, or case. You're jumping into what we call a table with your fellow students who are working on that project, problem, or case. And your coach is coming and saying, okay, where are you at? How are you doing on your milestones? Maybe the coach stops everybody and says, hey, I want you to see Kitz's group. They've produced this. Take a look at this. Make sure you have these 3 aspects like she does. That's what our synchronous sessions are like. That's what they're like. They happen once a week for 1.5 hours approximately. Okay. That's the second part is you're working asynchronously, grabbing information, pulling it, reading it, listening to it, this kind of stuff. And then you're meeting with your fellow students in these student centers, these learning hubs, and working on projects, problems, and cases. Kitz wants to emphasize all the fun there, but there's a little learning too. And so if you're the kind of student who's ready to step out of the norm, who's ready to step out of the normal way of doing things, listen to a professor, prepare for a test, take a test, if you like that, that's not us. But if you want to step outside that norm, if you're looking to grab a great heritage brand at a really affordable price, then I think we're the right place for you.
Okay, and you can take this even if you're working, no, like working students. Would that work?
Yeah, we consciously designed this so that working students can do this. You don't have to go to our learning hubs at any particular time. You go whenever you want. And those synchronous sessions with professors, you're going to be able to sign up for an AM class or a PM class either way. So if you have a work schedule and you need PM classes, fine, or you need AM classes, fine. We're going to have every class we offer will be available for both time frames. And there's only 5 of those synchronous sessions a week. So yeah, it really can work. And then you just have to, you're just going to have to be diligent to use your time wisely and be able to do both. But we've structured it so it's entirely possible.
Yeah, and I noted in your press release it's 7.5 hours versus the normal 40 hours. How does that work? 7.5 hours in 5 days, or how did you structure that?
Each term has usually 5 classes. Each class will spend about an hour and a half in synchronous sessions with the professor. So when you're in your first year, you might spend a little more because you're getting more help from him. In your last year, you might spend a little less. Those synchronous sessions are about helping students get through their work, right? So that's why the number of them and the number of hours and why it's only 7.5 hours a week.
Okay. Okay. That works. Now, last question from me. I noticed in the curriculum, it's all, of course, obviously designed to meet the corporate needs in terms of IT and marketing and meeting the needs in the next 10 years. Just a question. In terms of entrepreneurial, because the startup scene is big here also, or starting to get big. Um, so that's not the focus of this. People who wanted to be YouTubers or to create their own internet startup, maybe they can do that on their own time. But what's your philosophy or point of view on this?
Yeah, come on, come study business with us. We have, for example, in our economics course, what are we going to do? It's going to be a project, problem, or case. We're going to challenge you initially to say the whole economics course is, so let's start a business. Let's do the microeconomic analysis to make that business compelling. That course, we don't just study all these horrible supply and demand curves and everything like this. We're actually start from a framework of tell us about a business you care about, prove you care about it. And now we're going to spend the entire term doing the microeconomics that makes the case for that business. So we're very supportive of the entrepreneurial bend.
Yeah, wow. Okay. That's this is actually quite exciting, and thank you very much for coming up with this program. Maybe just to close our discussion, final message for each one. Maybe let's start with Dennis, John, Kitz, and then Derrick. Yeah. Dennis.
Yeah. Thanks, Anton, for this opportunity. This is we're excited to launch in August of this school year, and we're doing our best. The entire team is putting much effort to make sure that we'll be able to deliver, not just promise, but really deliver on our promises. So we invite
Now,
everyone to.
yeah, Dennis. How would you convince the parents to look into this, or what's your
Yeah,
pitch to them?
yeah, I'm a homeschool parent myself. I know that it's important that the students are the one much engaged, and we try to eliminate those that we believe are not quite engaging for students. So we bake that all in, and we make sure that we engage the students, and they'll be fascinated by in the courses that they'll be taking in. So I'm inviting the parents to really visit our website, and we have some people to explain further how we're going to do that and deliver.
Wow, nice. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you for giving us the time, Anton. On my end, we focus on the technology part, so we're very eager to be able to deliver on our technologies. But behind of the technologies, Anton, it's really the process and the people behind all of this group. What we want to deliver really are great student experiences and parent experiences as well, right? So that's something that we want to give to all our students.
All right, Kitz.
Yeah, thanks, Anton, for having us. And for incoming college students, if you want to have a vibrant student journey and experience, check us out on our website. And we are just very excited to get to know our college students soon. So thank you.
What's the official website of
It's www.mmdc.mcl.edu.ph.
edu.ph? All right, and Derrick.
Anton, it was awesome to spend some time with you. And we went out there. We tried to develop an awesome college so we could talk to you about it. And we think we've developed something that's really new, really different. We have a purpose statement that we're out to build better experiences, to build better lives for a better country. And I think that's an awesome thing that these awesome people here that you're seeing, they've worked very hard to do this. John is amazing at putting technology together and making it easy and smooth so that students don't have frustrating experiences. Kitz is very obsessed with making sure that anything you want to do outside of class, it's just one call, one click, and you can figure out how to get it done. Those kinds of things are it's new, it's different, it's awesome.
All right, and so it's open. The applications are open, or what's the timeline?
Yeah, you can already hit our website, as we said before, mmdc.mcl.edu.ph. From there, you can apply. We're already taking applications, and I encourage you to jump in and get in there early so you can grab one of the Pioneer discount scholarships. And yeah, we're happy to start learning about our students.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. And for all the parents out there, this is really exciting because I know, coming out of this pandemic, or we're still in it, but this coming out of a 2-year 100% online, people are really looking for, we are actually looking for options for colleges for our kids. And this is really an awesome option. Thank you so much for doing this for the country. And guys, check it out. 60,000 for 1 year. Does the discount continue for the succeeding years for the pioneers, or just on the first year?
We'll continue as long as we can. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And this is for the first 750 students, correct?
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Thank you. Please like and share this video, guys, in our awesome planet. Share with other parents out there. This is the right time to, as we are deciding what's best for our kids. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Derrick. Thank you, Doc John, Kitz, and Engineer Dennis. Maraming salamat.
Salamat.
Thank you very much.
Can you do a short